Hello again folks, I thought I'd do a quick video on changing the battery on a 1 Series BMW. This is a 2017 LCI F20. As you can see, it's upside down of course, 21st week of 2017. This is the original battery, so it's getting on for 10 years old, you know, it's 9.5, 10 years old, and the stop start in the vehicle isn't working, and I'm pretty certain that's the reason. So yeah, I thought I'd change it out. It's you're not able to get this particular battery from BMW anymore. It's a 12 volt 90 amp hour 900 CCA. So what I'm replacing it with is this Bosch S5A13, which is 95 amp hour 850 co-cranking amps. So yeah, I'll get this out. In fact, I'll just talk you through how we're going to do it. There's a 13mm bolt down here, which is for the clamp. So just take that out, put it to one side, and that will, allow the battery to be physically lifted out. After we've taken off this brace here. Hope this isn't too noisy. So yeah, you've got two 10mm, one here and one here. And it's these nuts with a captive washer on it. So once you take those off, you can lift the brace off, and then lift this polystyrene crash protection. That just protects the battery should it, be a front impact. It will stop the battery from smashing into the metal. It also protects the wiring. Next thing to do is to take off your negative. And just be careful, because that's got your battery management system, or your intelligent, intelligent battery system, I can't remember. And then we can take off the positive side. Might help if you just move the battery to one side at this point. And disconnect the hydrogen gas vent. That basically is a little tube that vents off any hydrogen gas to the outside. There we go. So I'll need both hands for this, so I'll pause you a second and I'll come back once the new battery's sitting in place. Okay dokes, right, that's the battery put in place. First of all, reconnect your gas vent tube. Now interestingly, there was a sticker on top of this battery saying remove the transport plugs immediately. So one here and one on this side. Both were actually removed, and now this battery came from a very reputable supplier, so I'm not quite sure why they were not there, but all I did was take that one off the old battery and popped it in there, because obviously if hydrogen's venting, we've got the tube to vent it to the exterior of the vehicle. If that's open, then the hydrogen gas is just going to accumulate in here, and you don't want that where there's potential electrical, sparks and stuff. Right, okay, so quickly put the positive side on first. I'm sure there's a correct way of doing this in terms of positive first or negative first, I can never remember, but not to worry. So that's that tightened down. Just pop your little cover over, and at this point we can push the battery as far as it will go, right, and you can see down in there's a metal sort of bracket which grabs the lip of the battery. We'll then put the negative side on. Now it probably will spark when I put this on, just because it's connected directly to the vehicle now, so completing the circuit. And coincidentally my multimeter just buzzed at the same time, so that was a bit of a coincidence. I did wonder what had happened. So yeah, just connect up the negative side, check it's nice and tight, and then we'll put my bracket back in here, so it just goes in like that. Get the bolt in. Oops. We will change back over to our 13mm. Click, nice and tight, and as you can see the battery's solid. Now it's just a case of replacing the polystyrene crash protection, popping the two nuts back on over the top of the brace, and that's the battery installed. So I'll stop the video again and I'll come back to you once it's fully tightened down, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so the next step is to code the battery into the vehicle. Now, if you don't code your battery in, essentially your battery management system on the BMW monitors the health of the battery over time, and will, as the battery degrades over time, it will change the charging profile to make best use, or make the battery last as long as it can. So if you just put a brand new battery in and don't code it to the vehicle's still going to think it's the old battery, when in fact it's a nice fresh battery. So what I've got to do is code it in. Now you can do that with Boomer Code and Boomer Link, in an app on your phone, or I've got this X-Tool D5S which will do it for me. If you're not changing the capacity of the battery, you don't need to use Boomer Code, but you will still need to use Boomer Link to code the battery. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, it's a 95 amp hour battery I've just put in, where the old one was at a 90. There is no 95 amp hour battery option within Boomer Code, so we will just stick with the original 90. That just means that the car is only, or the battery management system is only going to charge it up to 90 amp hours anyway, so it should theoretically result in a longer lasting battery. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select special function, and then battery management system reset. I'm going to set BMW. It's going to establish communications to the vehicle. It takes a little while. Reading the VIN number. Okay, so I won't get my VIN number in, but you can see it's a 118i. So I'll click OK, and that's scanning. And this is just pulling the battery data from the ECU. Now, I think when I checked this morning, the battery was about, I think, 11.5 or 6 volts. It's still cranking the car, still can't start the car okay. But yeah, I think that's a result of the start-stop not working. As you can see, this new one I've just put in is 12.4 volts, and of course it's probably been sitting on the shelf for a little while, so once I've driven this around for a little while, it will charge up. So if we go to the battery reference, this will just show you the state of charge over time, how many hours it's done at whatever percentage, how often it's charged within certain temperature ranges. Of course in the UK, so never above 30. There we go, battery charging, blah blah blah. And there we can see, according to battery health data, 30%. Okay, so we'll just go back and end that service, and what we're going to do is record battery replacement now. So we select battery replacement. We're going to so you can see distance since the last battery, yeah, okay. There's been no kilometres since last battery replacement, because as I said at the start, it's original battery. So we're going to record the battery replacement. I should say these, you can pick these up for about £100 direct from X-Tool for a reconditioned one. I think brand new they're about 120 quid, but well worth it. So we're going to register battery exchange. Click continue. We're going to say same capacity, remember what I said, because it's a 95 and the original was a 90. So click continue. It's not a BMW original part, but it's just as good. Battery was successfully exchanged. Last battery exchange, 0 kilometres. Okay. Service function finished. And then if we go to battery reference again, you can see it's all new, all new, all new. And the first battery replacement was at 106,380 kilometres, which is 66,105 miles. So yeah, that's the battery sorted out now. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Of course, it's going to have to build up that data before it, before it says it's got the battery health and that. So yeah, as always, waffling on a little bit. Hopefully that helped you. But in essence, yeah, get your battery fitted and then code it to the vehicle so that you maintain a good battery and you don't damage what is quite a significant investment these days. That battery, the Bosch, was £160, certainly about half the price of a dealer. But yeah, I suppose if you factor in the cost of this, yeah, it's about the same price as a dealer, but then you've always got this tool. Actually, while I'm here, let's just waffle on a little bit longer. This is, it's your standard sort of OBD sort of scan tool. You can go in and look at all the systems. It auto scans. You've got special functions. You can even email reports if you're doing something on a friend or even professionally. A customer's vehicle, you can actually email them the report from the OBD scan direct to it. Special functions, yeah, you can do oil resets, throttle body sort of. I try to think of the word, I can't remember. Calibration, if you like. Battery reset. We get supplementary airbag stuff. Electronic parking brakes. So if you want to change brakes in a modern vehicle, you can rewind the calipers and stuff. Registered lots of bits, do DPF regens and stuff like that. So yeah, really good bit of kit. Anyway, this really has dragged on long enough. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to do so, click on my fat head down here. Yeah, take care of yourselves and all the best.